Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Married to Real Estate. I'm Kelly DeMail, and this is Bruce
What?
DeMail, and we are married, and we are both real estate brokers here in the Rochester area, southeastern Minnesota. And today we thought it'd be fun to kind of talk about some of our favorite hotspots right here in Rochester.
But before we do that, we need to ask you to subscribe to our YouTube channel or Spotify if you're listening on Spotify. Turn on the notifications so every time one of our podcasts drop, you get an instant notification that it's there. And then like and comment. Man, we do podcasts off of people's comments, and it's a lot of fun. We have a ton of fun answering questions and seeing what people have to say. Now I think we're ready to go.
Okay. And this will probably be a good episode for people to comment because, of course, our favorite hotspots in Rochester are reflective of us. We're empty nesters. We're in our 50s and 60s here. And so could be very different than someone who's maybe in their 20s or their 30s, right? So Rochester, Minnesota, and southeastern Minnesota has a lot to offer, a lot of great places. We're just going to touch on our favorites. And we get asked this all the time. We get people relocating to the area and they're like, where's your favorite steak place? Where's your favorite park? Where's your favorite whatever, right? And so hopefully this video helps, and it's one of many we'll do about our favorites because there's too many to do on one episode.
I was just going to start off with breakfast since it's the first thing in the morning.
Yeah. What's your favorite? And by the way, we have not compared notes. So
No.
I made my list of favorites and Bruce made his list of favorites. So
We
got to
duke it
sell
out.
our side. Okay.
So
So go ahead.
my breakfast spot of choice is Hollandaise Pannenkoeken. It is
Oh.
it is awesome. You can't I don't think there's anything on the menu that I wouldn't order. It's good food, good atmosphere. Tasso, the owner, does a fantastic job. All of his people are super neat. It's just a fun, good vibe place to go for breakfast. Now, before Kelly gets into hers, I also want to give kudos to Grandma's Kitchen because I think that's one of the best greasy spoon places in the city.
We say that with all the love in our heart. We love greasy spoons.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is super comfort food. I remember when my aunt was alive, she would want to go there and we would go there 3 times a week. I would go pick her up and it's like old home week for her. That's a great memory. And then lastly, for a good hearty breakfast, go to Brothers right across from Soldiers Field. Brothers has a fantastic early morning breakfast. So those are my 1 and 2 honorable mentions.
Okay. Well, might be a little tricksy that you and I actually agree because normally we
No
don't.
way.
My number one is Hollandberry as well. If you're not familiar with what a pannenkoeken is, it's like a Dutch pancake, okay? But the cool part is when you order it and they come to deliver it to your table, they have a thing there. They run through the restaurant and they yell, pannenkoeken, pannenkoeken. And it's just a fun little vibe. But they're delicious. If you haven't done it and you're in the area, we highly recommend you stop and have one. But they also have this fantastic bakery right when you walk in the front door, fresh baked muffins and everything. It's just amazing. So I do second that. That's my number one. My 2 honorable mentions, because I have 2. Ive West has a great breakfast and brunch, menu. So fantastic. And Blue Duck does a great brunch from just a different perspective. So those would be my honorable mentions for breakfast. There you go. We kind of
Perfect.
agreed, honey. I like that.
Well, I am surprised right out of the gate that we are on the same wavelength because I'm sure that it is going to quickly change.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. There might be 1 or 2 others that I think we agree on.
Yeah.
This is going to be disputable, I think, this next one. There's lots of probably really good burgers in town.
Yeah.
But
Again, people have to realize that this is our preferences and,
Yep.
Everybody's got their preference, right?
And honestly, I try to shy away from chains. And not that they're bad, but I am more about unique, different. I like something you can't find anywhere else. Fortunately, but unfortunately, I have a chain picked out here for my best burger, and that's Red Cow. I know they're up in the metro area here in Minnesota. I don't know if they extend outside of Minnesota, but Their double barrel burger friggin' knocks it out of the park for me. I love it. I love their special sauce. Oh, and they have outside of a burger, they have one of my favorite hot Nashville chicken sandwiches I've ever had. So I love that. But my honorable mention goes to Newt's, and the actual burger that I love is their version of the Big Mac. So you know me, I'm a Big Mac girl when I go to McDonald's, and Newt's
You
has
are.
their version
Yeah.
of the Big Mac. So there you go. There's my two. How about you?
And this is going to show my age because I completely spaced out Red Cow. And for me, Red Cow has the absolute best patty melt that I have ever had. So if
And
you're
you're
a
not even
patty
a
melt
patty melt
fan,
guy.
yeah, but well, okay. To be completely transparent, I have them take the onions off. I'm just not an
Yeah.
onion guy. But it's the best patty melt I've ever had. And so yes, if I were repicking, I would certainly consider that. Actually, my top choice was your honorable mention, Newt's. And I love their Juicy Lucy. That is a phenomenal burger. It's hot, don't burn your mouth, give it time to cool off, but it is fantastic. Let me just walk back in time. My best burger place of all time, which is no longer around, used to be right downtown, just north of the YMCA. It was called Alpine Super Chef. For those of you that have been residents of Rochester for a while, Bob Hansen, brother of Von Hansen Meats, used to own that restaurant. They were big restaurateurs. He would make handmade burger patties that were this big. And I,
For you meatosauruses out
for you
there,
meat
that
sources,
probably
that was
fit the
awesome.
bill.
So that just takes us back in time a little bit. I wish some of these places would come back. Certainly wouldn't help my cholesterol, but man, it was good.
Yeah, that's fun because you're born and raised here. So some of the places that unfortunately may not still be here, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun to think back to how the area has changed and progressed. But
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, moving
What do
on.
we got next? We got pizza.
Next, this is such a hard one for me because as we were just talking about the places that have come and gone, when I first came to this area, there was a pizza place called Bilatti's right downtown. Literally, I dream of this pizza. I mean, it's amazing. I think it had 5 pounds of cheese on it. And it was a thinner crust, but it was just all about the guts, which I am all about the guts when it comes to pizza. And
Well, but wait a
they
minute.
ended
You
up,
had to be all about the 5 pounds of cheese too. And
yeah,
she's
the
seriously,
guts
when she says
for
five
real.
pounds of cheese, she is not lying. I mean, it
Yeah.
was heaped with cheese.
It was so good. And
Amazing.
they moved out of downtown and moved a few miles out of the downtown area. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if the recipe changed, whatever, but it just wasn't the same after they moved. And then unfortunately they are no longer around. So I have really struggled to find a pizza that I just go, oh my gosh, I can't live without it. I love pizza, so it's really hard to mess it up for me. I can probably eat at 10 different pizza places here in town and be just fine and happy, but I'm not like enthralled. I don't have that place anymore. So if I have to say my honorable mentions, I would either say Broadway Pizza, which is another chain, but Broadway Pizza, pretty good, nice lunch buffet, or Mr. Pizza North. They have a great, you stop in for lunch real quick. You want to grab a slice or two, very fast for people who are working, and just great pizza in general. So those would be my two.
I would go to those places in a heartbeat, but I didn't even think about them. I have like favorites, right? And I couldn't narrow it down to one, but I have favorites for different reasons. And you'll see as we go through this that I might have more than one usually. So Pizza Hut, again, it's picking a chain, but I love their pepperoni that holds all of that grease. That's just one of the best. That's one of the
There's
best
a theme
pizzas.
with us.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And so the next one is Tilda's. I love going into Tilda's and ordering a small little fast pizza and have this little robot deliver it to you. I mean, how cool
True.
is that?
Very cool.
It's a fun little place and it's fast. The other place that I love that I used to frequent when I was in high school was Godfather's Pizza. Godfather's has a good, solid pizza recipe. I'm a Italian sausage and pepperoni guy, and the Italian sausage rocks there. The one that I wish would come back is Waldo's. Waldo's was a phenomenal pizza place when I was growing up, and big, thick crust, lots of guts. It was just amazing. So for those watching that remember Waldo's, we all should have a moment of silence. But
That's how I
that was
feel
great.
about how about Rocky Rococo's? Hello. The
Oh yeah,
sausage is like the size of a golf ball. I wish they would put one here in Rochester. In the
yeah.
words of Rose from the Titanic, come back, come back. Some of these good ones come back to our area. We would love that.
No kidding. No
Okay,
kidding.
I have had my moment of peace for pizza. But anyway,
Yeah.
let's talk about fast food, which you got to have your favorites. And we do have plenty of options here in Rochester. But what's your favorite fast food?
From a taste standpoint, it's got to be Jimmy John's. It's exactly what they promote. They're fast, they're great. Their bread is second to none. You can have a sandwich made for you in less than a minute, and it's really good. But, it's just it feels more healthy.
Yeah. Well, it can be because you can get an unwich, right? Which is like no bread. You can get all the good stuff wrapped in lettuce. But why would we do
Yeah.
that? My favorite is also Jimmy John's, which is
Oh,
weird that we're
oh,
connecting on a couple of these.
look at
So
that.
I'm a sandwich girl. I love their bread too. And I love that it's super quick. I know if I only have a limited amount of time for lunch, that's probably one of the first places that pops in my brain because I know I'm in and out within 5 minutes to get my stuff. The other one I really like is Chipotle because I'm a Mexi head. I love my Mexican food and that's fairly fast too. Portions are crazy. I can get 2 meals out of it, but so good. I love Chipotle. Let's talk about
The love
Mexican.
of your life.
hmm
I have two, and I'm very sad to say that one of them, Taco Jed, is a fantastic taco place. Taco Jed is closing, or maybe by the time you see this, Taco Jed has closed. It's an awesome venue. The vibe is great. The tacos are awesome. It's quick to be made, and they have live music. And so it was a very, very fun, relaxing place to go. And so because of that, I had to pick a second one. And we just had this. This is a brand new one for me, and it's Taco Lab. It's actually a taco truck. They're in the old Dalby's across from High V, and that makes you love Mexican.
Yeah. Well, and that's really a good point. Rochester's really gotten better at adding some great food truck options throughout the city. So, piggybacking on our fast food option, if the typical McDonald's, Taco Bell, that kind of stuff doesn't appeal to you, check out some of these food trucks. They're amazing with great homemade food that's probably better for you, and you're supporting local families and their businesses. So,
Yeah.
that's a really great point. And yes, Taco Lab really good.
All
Mine
right,
is
where are you
Eddie's.
going?
Mine's Eddie's. It's so good. Their focus is birria. I'm all about that. Fun little place over in the Crossroads mall area. And we have our share of Mexican places. There's Dos Amigos. There's lots of good places. But this is by far my fave. So much flavor.
Perfect.
So love it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's move on to probably undeniably your second love of your life, Italian. What do you got for us?
Mm. You know, this is not a tough one for me by any stretch of the imagination, but you would think that you would have more options or more competition in this realm. And restaurants have come and gone, and I think they just can't stand up to my favorite. And it's actually two because they're owned by the same family. But Victoria's right downtown and Soralina's, which is out closer west to where we live. Sometimes it's easier for us to hit Soralina's, but same family, Natalie Victoria and her extended family, they are phenomenal restaurateurs, business owners. They own event venues. They own a lot of stuff around here, but they know what they're doing, man. They hit it out of the park. The largest menu that you could ever imagine of great food. You'll get at least 2 to 3 meals out of your meal that you order. And the best thing is they have these rolls that are to die for. I mean, that's what I look forward to first, believe it or not, and then the rest of the Italian meal. But unbelievable people, unbelievable atmosphere. And Victoria's downtown, a little bit more authentic-y, old school vibe of Italian. Sorellina's more modern feels a little bit more young, fresh, whatever. So they have a different vibe, but they both have fantastic people and fantastic food. There you go.
Wow. So
Challenge me on.
yeah, no, you know what? Challenge accepted and challenge copied. We agree on both of those. The other thing that I love about the Victoria's downtown is that when you walk in there, you're greeted by super happy people. And the smell of the Italian food with the garlic, and my goodness, if you thought you were hungry, or if you don't think you're hungry, just walk in there and you're going to eat something because it's going to
A
make you
lot.
hungry. It's awesome.
You're gonna,
Well, speak of,
you're gonna eat
you
a
mentioned
lot.
that. You get 2 or 3 meals out of that. There's no lie. I mean,
Right.
we could
Right.
go in there and we could split a dish and still bring stuff home. And
Agreed.
and except for the bread, she's not touching my
Yeah.
bread, and I'm not touching hers.
We're not splitting that.
It's just a special thing. So yeah,
It is.
I totally agree that that's a rock star place.
Next one.
My
And
favorite.
this is one that I think sparks controversy. When you talk to people about their favorite barbecue, people have varied opinions because it just depends on the kind of barbecue you like. Are you more Carolina style where it's more vinegar based, or are you more Kansas City where it's that smoky, deep, rich barbecue flavor? So this is where I think people could really go 100 different directions. So go ahead and kick off yours, as I already know it.
So John Hardy's barbecue, hands down. And again, personal opinion. Love the way that they cook their pork. The only thing I get there, and the reason I keep going back, is the large pork plate with JoJo's medium sauce and coleslaw. I love the way they cook their meat. I love their sauce. Now it's not for everybody,
It is
but
more of a
I
Carolina base. Like,
I love their sauce. I could eat there every single day. I keep telling Kelly on my deathbed, I just want them to cater in a pan of pork, pour some medium sauce over the top of it, and I will stick my face in there. It's amazing. Now, as a caveat, I would go to Famous Dave's to order their barbecue ribs because I love their ribs.
yeah, you've always
So,
said that. It's not that you don't like the ribs at John Hardy's. It's just not your favorite. You're going there for the pulled pork, but you're going
right,
elsewhere for your ribs.
right. And people will ask me, especially Kelly, why don't you try something else when you're at a place like Hardee's? And I'm like, no, I have my places to go for my favorite thing. I go to
Right.
Red Cow and I get the patty melt. I go to Hardee's Barbecue and I get the pork plate. I'll go to Famous Dave's and I
Hmm.
get the ribs. That gives me a
Right.
chance to spread the love. How about
Right.
you? Where are
Now,
you going?
Roscoe's, we used to have a place in town called Roscoe's, and
Oh,
that's where you used to go get your ribs
the
too. You
ribs.
liked that
Yeah.
best. They're not
That
here
was really
anymore.
good. Yeah. Again, for all you older Rochesterites, Roscoe's was pretty darn good.
Hmm.
One last thing on Hardy's Barbecue, their coleslaw rocks. My God, and you'll agree with me on that. The coleslaw
Hmm.
is super, super good, super creamy, not watery. It's just got a really good flavor.
And the bread, they serve a basket of like garlic bread, and it's just soaked in this garlic butter that like is dripping. No wonder
I
I'm
think
80 pounds
think they
overweight.
serve I think what they really do is serve a churn of garlic butter that bread has accidentally fallen into,
Exactly.
probably.
Well, this is interesting. I mean, I think we're connecting on a lot more than I thought we would because John Hardy's is my favorite too. I am definitely more of a vinegar-based barbecue sauce girl than the smoky deep stuff. I love their smoked turkey. So I get their smoked turkey plate. It is so moist. It's awesome. My husband will attest to this. You give me turkey on Thanksgiving, and it's probably the only time I'm eating turkey any time of the year. Not a turkey person except when we go to John Hardy's. That's what I get every time. It's just friggin' amazing. But my honorable mention is Smoke. So that is right off of West
Mm.
Circle Drive here in Rochester. Not only do they have great food and nice big platters of different stuff you can try, but they have a really great environment. So they have an outdoor patio area. They've got some outdoor games that you can play. So just a fun vibe, great drinks. If you like old fashions, they've got a smoke one. So lots of fun things there too. So where
Yeah.
John Hardy's feels more, you're going in, you're having your lunch, you're going out. That's also another place that's super fast. It will not take you long to get in there and get your meal. But it feels more like I'm coming in just to eat, where Smoke feels like I could go there for an evening and hang out and have a little bit more entertainment to my dining experience, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And the last thing about John Hardy's is I also love the nostalgia. You walk in and you see a picture of John Hardy. He was a very gregarious gentleman that started this on 3rd Avenue Southeast, and I used to live over by there. I got to know John, and he and I would have just some great talks, and most of the time while I'm still eating my pork. But it's cool to do this podcast episode and then thinking back on great places, how they've evolved or where they've gone, and been a lot of fun.
This is another favorite of yours. You are a big roasted chicken guy. So I'm going to lump roasted chicken and chicken strips
Yep.
in this
So
category.
let me take the roasted chicken side, and I will say two places have what I think is phenomenal roasted chicken: Roosters and Roosters too, right? And Beatles. I love the breading on the chicken. I love the way that they're cooked because you bite into the chicken and it's just super juicy. You can get 1, 2, 3, 8, 20 pieces, and it's always consistent. And that's part of the thing that I think both you and I love in a lot of these places that we're mentioning, is that food is consistent. You know what you're going to get when you go in there. It's
Mhm.
not different each time. Those are my two.
So honestly, this is weird because I really thought we would have a lot more differences. Maybe we just hang out too much together and we eat at the same places. But I'm going to focus on the chicken strips because I'm not necessarily the roasted chicken girl, but I like me some chicken strips. And those are my two favorite. Roosters
Really?
literally has, to me, the best chicken strips in this town. Like they're the size of a chicken breast, each one, and you probably get 3 of them or 4 of them in your basket. There's no way you could eat this in one sitting. I I could get 3 meals out of a chicken strip basket there, and it's all this lovely white meat, so juicy. Same with Beatles. I think Beatles has great chicken strips as well.
Yeah.
So there are some other honorable mentions, like Newt's got some good chicken strips too. I'm not going to lie. I think it comes down to the breading on a lot of these. So if you do not like kind of a beer battery, I'm going to say tempura like breading on your chicken strips, then my favorites won't be your favorites. So I'm really shocked,
Awesome.
Bruce. We're like matching up on a lot of these. I thought we would be very different.
It's crazy. We're going to get a little different here.
I was just going to say, let's pick a other favorite. Doesn't matter the category, and we're talking food. Other favorite place that you like to go that we haven't talked about.
Okay. So I actually have three, but I talked about one already.
Okay.
Sorry.
This is
So
favorite one.
I think one of my other favorites is Mango Thai, and they have a phenomenal red curry sea bass, and it's got some spice if you want it. It's really good.
Mhm.
That and Fat Willie's. Fat Willie's has all around good menu. That would be one of my other favorite restaurants to go to.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. So one of my faves is Thai Pop. So funny that we both have Thai as our favorite. This is a really cool story. They started just doing pop-up dinners. Like you bought tickets, they would rent a kitchen from a local restaurant and they would just do these little pop-up dinners just to get their name out and what they're doing. And it was fantastic and a great way to really learn about Thai food and try different things. And then obviously their following grew and their reputation grew and they eventually got their own space right downtown. So very fun. It's decorated really cool.
Yeah.
Just a fun place to go. And I always get their green curry. It's amazing. But there's so many super great dishes there and fun cocktails. So it's definitely a fun experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's move away from food And let's get to dessert. Should we?
Well, that's still food.
Well, you can't really call it food. Let's talk about ice cream places. What do you got? Tell me.
I'm old school. I'm a DQ girl. Like if I have to go get ice cream, I'm going to get a
Okay.
Blizzard at DQ. It's a Heath Blizzard coming for ya. That's what I want.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
What about you?
That surprises me. I would eat there all the time too, but that
We would eat
surprises
anywhere all
me.
the time. Let's be real.
Okay. Well, not anywhere. All right.
Mm.
DQ. Do you have a runner up or no?
Nope.
No?
I mean, I'm not going to turn down ice cream anywhere,
Yeah.
but if I had to pick, which you're asking me to, I'm going to DQ.
Yep. Okay. Cold Stone. Raise your hand if you love Cold Stone. I would go there and I would get the cake batter ice cream with Snickers chunks and a brownie. Oh my God.
Mhm.
And I would get it in the biggest tub that they have to go. Like this big. Maybe not that
I
big,
know you
but
are a Cold Stone
it's
guy.
awesome. It is massively awesome. Love it. So that's my choice.
Okay, deal. We can. This is a good one that we can agree to disagree because I'm not going to turn down Cold Stone and you're not going to turn down DQ. So we win either way, no matter where we stop.
That's
Okay, so let's talk about your favorite cocktail, not your favorite place for cocktails. Your favorite cocktail here in Rochester.
favorite cocktail that I could drink more than one has to be the rum runner at Bitter and Pour. Has to be.
It's a cute.
It's
It's a cute little frou-frou drink that Brucey drinks, which just blows me away, but he loves it.
It comes out in a cute little round glass and it's an icy frozen drink. It's got leaves and flowers and pineapple and other stuff in it. And it's a lot of rum. Rum. Sounds like I already had some
A lot
rum
of
this morning. Ha.
I would second the location in terms of where I get mine, but mine is the first world problem at Bitter and Pour. It is their version basically of an old fashioned. It is amazing and they just really create a great experience with your drink. We love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm kind of looking at my notes here as far as places I want to hit. We should just skip ahead because I think if we had to say our favorite bar for cocktails, we would both
Yes.
agree. And I know this without even looking at what you chose,
Yep.
probably Bitter and Pour for sure. So, I mean, it's just, you talk about a fun little speakeasy type atmosphere, great mixologists. I mean, these guys are crafting some fantastic drinks and they're just great customer service. They're a lot of fun. It's just kind of a dark, moody vibe down there. Really, really fun experience.
No, right. They have the downstairs location, but they've also opened up a rooftop venue. And that is a fantastic atmosphere, being up and being able to see for miles across the city. That's awesome. Perfect.
Okay, so let's talk about if we're going to have a fun date night or it's a special occasion, it's maybe a birthday anniversary, where would you choose to go?
Okay. So where would I choose to go? If you and I were new and I was going to try to impress you, I would take you to the rooftop of Bitter and Pour. Okay.
Mm.
It has some great views. It's a great venue. It's got some great cocktail drinks. Then we would move on to Ruth Chris Steakhouse for what I would consider one of the best shareable ribeyes, hands down. And if you love Caesar salad, it's a must get. After that, we're going to finish off the night throwing axes at Old School Arcade and Axe Throwing.
Wow, you've really thought this through. I was just
I
thinking
did.
for dinner, but I
I
kind of like
did,
this.
but it was date night. It also gives our listeners an opportunity to see that we're just not talking about food. We have other places that
Mhm.
we can go.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's
now you're
mine.
making me think about how I can ramp this up a little bit. So I
Nope, you
agree
don't
with
have
you.
to
I think,
compare.
well, no, true. But I think if we were starting a date night, we would start at Bitter and Pour and have a cocktail, a pre-gamer. And then I would say I would go over to Latitude 44. That's another fantastic restaurant, kind of in the lower level, great atmosphere, very romantic, kind of a little dark in there, wonderful food. And then I would say Just gonna throw some people off. I would probably head over to the North Star Bar and see they have live entertainment usually on the weekends, dartboards, pool tables. That's my kind of thing.
Yep.
I'm from Wisconsin, so we grew up, in the bars, hate to say it, but and just have some good old fashioned fun and it's fairly inexpensive, which is great. So you're not, breaking the bank by going over there and having a few drinks and listening to the music. So that'd be kind of fun.
Right. Right.
There you go.
Cool. Let's go
Yeah.
tonight.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So event venue. Let's say you have to book an event. Where are you booking an event in Rochester?
So I thought about this, and we were at a wedding at the Mailwood Stone Barn, and it's
Mhm.
it's right in the Graham Arena area, and it's a cool venue. I mean, if you haven't been inside this barn, I would check that out. That's a good little
Mhm.
place to go, and its
Just-
location is like in the center of almost anything, so I would check that out.
Yeah. Yeah. There's also a brand new one. So we talked about Natalie Victoria and her family earlier and how they're just very good at kind of reviving things and keeping business strong here in Rochester. They purchased an old building and now it's called the Avalon and they have made it this really cool Gatsby-ish venue. And that's right downtown too. So
Yeah,
different vibe. Yours is kind of out. Probably parking's a little bit easier where you are. Maybe parking's not as great downtown, but still really great environments and
yeah,
good venues. And we
yep,
have a ton in Rochester. Like it's just what's the environment you're looking for and what's the size of your group. But those are probably two very unique ones that I agree and I like.
yep.
So this
True.
next one is you're probably not even gonna be able to answer it. What's your favorite coffee place? So you're really not a coffee drinker. So
Not at
you
all.
really can't answer. So
Nope.
I will answer it. So if I had to say I have to just grab a quick cup of coffee, I'm on the road, but I need to grab something. I'm a Starbucks girl. That's just my favorite, amidst all the others. We got a lot of great coffee shops here in town, but that's just the one I like. But if I had to sit down and have a good cup of coffee in a really great environment, I would say go to Cafe Aki. It is in the Sergeant's Nursery building right off of 2nd Street. So it's like where they sell all their flowers and everything like that. But there's just a section carved out and it's really cute. Nice big mugs, wonderful chai. So it's just a really nice atmosphere. If you just want to relax, meet somebody for a cup of coffee and talk, that is definitely where I would go.
Perfect. Happy for you.
Anyway, all right. So let's talk about bakery. Again, we're back to food. What's your favorite bakery if you're going to stop and grab a donut or baked goods? Where are you going in Rochester?
This was a really hard one for me, and I might end up having to cop out and just say I'm aside from Cold Stone, I'm not really a sweets guy, so I
Mhm.
wouldn't stop in anywhere for a donut or anything out of a bakery because I really never have in my life. So I probably have to pass on this one like I passed on the last coffee one too.
Yeah. But if you think of bakery in general, like you love some sourdough.
Ooh,
So,
sourdough bread. Okay, so Great Harvest. Great
yes.
Harvest
Yeah.
makes, wow, they make the best sourdough, fresh sourdough bread.
I would definitely say Great Harvest if I'm looking for bread. If I'm looking for a donut or a sweet or whatever. They just opened up here in Rochester, which is fabulous, but Parlor Donuts. I mean, if you guys,
Oh, yeah.
you can do a Dunkin' Donuts, you can do, other bakeries and buy some sweets, but some friends of ours just opened up Parlor Donuts. And if you haven't been over there, you need to go give it a shot because they're out of this world. They're fantastic. So there you go.
It's in the Forager building, isn't it?
Yes. So
Yeah.
that's kind of a fun little location too. Let's talk about we about this a little bit, but let's talk about a unique night out experience. So we talked about date night, but if you just want to do something different, I would say you kind of took my idea from earlier is going up to the BNP rooftop bar. Just reopened here in August. I mean, the views are fantastic, very comfy outdoor spot, just cocktails. We're not serving food. So it's just going up for a fun experience to start your night out. I do have a couple others for honorable mention. Depending on what you want to do in the summertime, we have concerts down by the riverside. That's a fun night out too, behind the Mayo Civic Center. Bring in some live bands throughout the summer. You bring your lawn chair, your blanket, you hang out. And my third one would be the Workshop here in Rochester. And it's a really cool atmosphere where it's a restaurant bar area, but you can go to several windows. It's kind of places up in the Twin Cities area where they have a huge hall and they bring in food trucks, right? So if I want burgers, I can go to the burger place. If Bruce wants pizza, he can go to the pizza place. And they've got all different kinds of food. So it's all in one place. You could all have different types of food, and then they have a big bar in the back too. So you can have cocktails, and it's just a really interesting experience for just having a fun, unique night out.
Yep. Absolutely. I agree with all of those. You can also in the summertime, you can also catch a Honkers game. For those of you that don't know a lot about Rochester, we do have a baseball field in Rochester right downtown, and Rochester Honkers play there. So you could also catch that. That's a lot of fun.
It is. Yeah. Now let's kind of get away from food a little bit. And let's talk about our favorite golf course, because we are golfers. I'm getting ready to go golf today. So
My favorite here, we live in a golf course community, and it's just out in Byron. It's Summerby Golf Course. I think it's a phenomenal golf course if you choose a private course, right? So that would be my choice. From a public course standpoint, take a short little 20-minute drive to Maple Valley Golf Course. Maple Valley is an older golf course that they keep in great shape, and it's fun to play. It's a good challenging golf course, lots of woods, lots of hills up and down, walkable. Maple Valley is a ton of fun to play.
Yeah. If I had to do a public course in the Rochester area, honestly, I think I'd run over to Northern Hills. It's a fun little track. It's interesting. They've got a great clubhouse and Whistle Binkies, which is another restaurant here in Rochester. They've got a couple locations. They also opened up inside of the clubhouse out at Northern. So they've got Binkies on the 19th hole. Great food, great cocktails. The other one I would say is Eastwood Golf Course. They kind of have an old 9 and a new 9. So old school, and then they redid the back 9. So you get a feel of two different courses in one round, which is fun too.
Right. Yep.
Can't go wrong with golf in
Totally
Rochester.
agreed. Okay.
So if you had to talk about your favorite microbrewery, which again, I think we probably should have thought of these topics because you're not a huge microbrewery guy. You kind of just like your basics. But if you had to pick your favorite microbrewery here in town, what would it be?
I can pick one. I'm probably not the guy to pick them because I haven't been to all of them. I'm a Mick Ultra guy. I'm pretty plain and simple. If I did pick one of the very few that I've been to, it would probably be Thesis Beer Project. From the standpoint that it's close, it's local, they've got entertainment. They have an outdoor venue where they open up a large garage door, and they have seating outside as well. So I would probably pick that one.
Yeah, and they've got some good beers. They have some good seltzers, some slushy drinks. Remember when we were out there and we had the slushies, and they have non-alcoholic, which is good too.
Yeah. So I do have one.
You just said one.
I'll stop.
Yeah, because you might be stealing mine.
I might be. Okay.
Yeah,
go ahead.
mine is Kenny Creek because
I was going to say that. Yeah.
Yeah, because they have obviously some good beer and they have some great seltzers. But what's fun is they have a ton of the old school games, right? I don't even know if I'm going to say this right. Hammerschlagen, or what is it?
Yeah.
Where you have the big hunk of wood with the nail and you've got the hammer. So you can be playing that. You can be playing the bag toss. You can be playing the catch the ring on the hook. I mean, all the old schooly games. They've got board games there. It's just kind of fun.
Yep.
So instead of just sitting around a table talking and drinking, you can be entertaining yourselves with other stuff too.
Yeah.
So I like them.
Agreed.
Well, this was a fun day of all different favorites. We've got more topics we can hit. We'll have to do a second episode. But again, as we mentioned earlier, there are so many fantastic places in southeastern Minnesota and specifically Rochester. Would love to hear your guys' favorites. So please put them in the comments down below. Like I said, some of these could spark a little bit of controversy as far as what's the best, but these are our favorites, and we hope you guys enjoy a lot of them as well. Again, we'll always encourage you to subscribe, like, hit the notifications button so that you're aware of when we drop our next episode, and we will look forward to seeing you guys next time. Thanks for joining us.
See you guys.